In this lecture, we are going to look at the blood and nerve supply to bone tissue. Bone is really richly supplied with blood, especially in portions where there is bone marrow. Blood vessels pass from the periosteum to the bone through many perforating channels called Volkmann's channels. And this is so that they supply the periosteum and the outer part of the compact bone with nutrients. And these are supplied by periosteal arteries. Nutrient arteries pass through a hole in the compact bone called a nutrient foramen. And the word foramen literally just means hole. Remember, the periosteum is found only in areas where there is no articular cartilage, so no articulating point, no joints. Upon entering the medullary cavity through the nutrient foramen, the nutrient artery branches into proximal and distal branches that course towards each end of the bone. And these branches supply both the inner part of the compact bone of the diaphysis and the spongy bone tissue and red bone marrow as far as the epiphyseal plates or the epiphyseal line. Some bones, like the tibia, as is shown in this picture, only have one nutrient artery, whereas others, like the femur, they will have several nutrient arteries. Now, the ends of long bones are supplied by the metaphyseal and epiphyseal arteries. So the metaphyseal and epiphyseal arteries, and these arise from arteries that supply the associated joints. The metaphyseal arteries enter the metaphysis of a long bone, and together with the nutrient artery, they supply the red bone marrow and bone tissue of the metaphysis. So you could kind of see that in this area here, where the nutrient artery and the metaphyseal arteries and veins kind of come together. The epiphyseal arteries enter the epiphyses of a long bone, and they supply the red bone marrow and bone tissue of the epiphyses. And you can see that here. Now remember that nerves also accompany these arteries and veins whenever they come into bone. So not only talk about the blood supply, but also the nerve supply to bones. And that will be the end of Chapter 6, Part 2.